Oh, beautiful it is. Let's start a revolution. Oh, beautiful it
All right, hey guys, Moneyman 300 and back for some more videos here. And as you can see, that is obviously the E3 trailer from Forza 6. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen that. And what I want to do is start talking about Forza 6. I'm going to do a few parts here and go over different parts of the game instead of making one big long video with, 45 minutes long and all that. I want to break it up just a little bit and go over each part of the game in just a little bit more detail. And that way it gives me a little bit more time to prepare for each section instead of just sitting here rambling in front of the mic for an hour talking about these things, because there is really quite a bit to talk about in the game. So I'm going to do multiple parts here. And the first thing I want to do is kind of go over an overview and talk about the different pre-order versions of the game and what each of those mean to you, what comes with them, and tell you what what I've pre-ordered and what I plan on doing. So anyways, first things first, the game comes out. I'm sure most of you know this. If you're following my channel, you're probably avid, either Forza or I picked up a lot of people through Project Cars, so maybe you don't know. But anyway, it comes out on September 15th in the United States. I probably should have looked up if it's later. I think there's a couple of areas that comes out on the 17th and the 18th, so make sure you Google that and look that up. But I know in the United States it is the 15th. But there is a way to get the game early, and I will cover that when we talk about the versions. It's going to be significantly larger in just about every aspect than Forza 5. It will have all of the cars that Forza 5 had in it and then more. There are 450 plus cars in the game on launch day. So those are coming with it, and then as usual, there will be car packs, including a day one pack that I'll talk a little bit more about. So the next thing is tracks. There are 26, I believe 26 known locations, or there's 26 total. I think there's 26 total locations, and over 100 variations in total. So that includes, I believe there were 15 original locations in Forza 5. So those 15 plus 10 or 11 new ones, or 16 and 10, it's somewhere along the lines. Anyway, lots and lots of tracks, a lot of locations, a lot of variations at each location. So from that respect, there should be no shortage of cars or tracks, which was one of the things that some people had issues with in Forza 5. So that should take care of those things. It's going to support things like 24 players instead of 16 in multiplayer, and I'll have more about that as I go a little bit deeper into each of these sections. Kind of a revamped single player that's going to have lots and lots of play time inside of there. So that's just the really quick highlights. You guys have all heard night racing, weather racing, all of those. So those are aspects that I will address a little bit more and give you my thoughts on in another video. So right now, what I really want to do is take this and we talked about the overview just a little bit. I want to talk about the pre-order versions and make sure that you guys get that information and what it is you want to pre-order. And I'm doing this a little bit later than maybe some of the other guys are, and it's somewhat purposefully. I could have done some information, right after E3, but there's a pretty big, gap between E3 and a lot of people watch the E3 stuff, so they got all the information though. So this is kind of bringing it back around as we get a little bit closer to launch date. We're really talking about, today as I do this, and I probably upload it the same day or the next day, but it's the 23rd of July. So, I'm talking about 7 weeks, and this is out, so it's right around the corner. So I think it's the right time to talk about it. I'm going to spend, I'll probably do these videos. There's probably be about 5, maybe, going over each of the aspects, and over the next week and a half, probably. So maybe every other day, I'll have something out talking a little bit more about Forza 6 leading up to the game. So let's pop in here. So this is these are the versions. This is out of the Microsoft Store, but you can get these in the your standard brick and mortar or Amazon, Best Buy online, different places wherever you normally shop. Anymore, I tend to just download my games off of the Xbox Store. So mentioned when we're doing it. 450. Those are all Forza Vista cars, so you get the full cockpits and damage and all that with all of those. It is another thing to point out: a full 1080p and 60 frames per second. So as good as it gets, from a resolution perspective on the Xbox One. And this is exclusive to the Xbox One, by the way. There was some talk. I think people mentioned something about the PC, and I don't think they completely ruled it out at a later time. But this is an Xbox One exclusive game. And let's pop over here. And okay, here we go. So first off, you have the standard edition. Just like any other game, go in, buy it off the shelf, download it from the store. That's your standard version. And prices, I'm not going to give all the pricing information on here. You guys can click and get the different pricing information on there, because I think if I hit download from the Xbox Store, but you can expect this is your $59 version on that. So that comes with, obviously the game. There is a 10-year anniversary pack that it comes with that has special tuned and special live-read cars. And if you pre-order, you also get a bonus car, which is the 2015 Mazda MX-5. Then we move up to the Deluxe Edition. The main difference on the Deluxe Edition is that you get the VIP membership. And if you remember back to Forza 5, that essentially gets you more in-game, double the in-game credits. And I'm assuming it works the same here, but that'll be something I covered in a little bit more in depth. Plus VIP cars and special VIP events in the game that you can compete in. So I've always done VIP. I like it. And then you also get a day. The other difference is there is a day one DLC, a launch day DLC pack. I'm not a big fan of launch day DLC packs. I kind of feel like maybe they should just include them in the game, but it is an incentive to bump up to the Deluxe Edition. Everything else in here is the same: the 10-year anniversary pack and the pre-order bonus for the MX-5. Next one we move up to is the Ultimate Edition. And this is the one that I got, and the main reason for that, for me anyway, is that you can get the game 5 days early. And now this is the United States. Again, you have to do a little due diligence on, if you're from the UK, if you're from Australia, other countries could be slightly different. But in the United States, the game comes out on the 15th, but you can get it on the 10th if you pre-order or buy the Ultimate Edition. Along with the Ultimate Edition, you get the VIP membership, just like in the Deluxe. You also get the Car Pass, which will include all DLC packs, the Day 1 launch pack, the 10-year anniversary pack, and all of that. So it basically includes everything that all the other versions include, plus the Car Pass, which is the DLC, all DLC packs, your Season Pass, essentially, and then the 5-day early access to the game. So that's everything in here. That's really what I wanted to cover in the video. Just introduce this Forza 6 series, talk about the high level overview, and I'll be going into much more detail. We'll talk about single player. We'll talk about what we know about multiplayer. We will dive into things that I've heard on, done research on around tuning, talk about the conditions, day, night, weather effect racing, which are all in the game. We'll go over tracks, we'll go over cars that are known, and things like that. So I'll figure out the best way to organize those and try to keep it at, a minimum. I don't want to put out 10 videos on this. Probably keep it at 4 or 5 videos, and hopefully be able to cover all the aspects that are at least known in the game to date. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.